Hi everybody. In this video, we're going to learn how to do street photography as AI art in Midjourney. I've explored this topic in past videos. I want to try some new techniques in version 5 of Midjourney and provide you with a process for getting started with your own AI photographic explorations. Your first 15 minutes creating images in this manner is like stumbling down a dark alleyway until it opens up into an amazing neighborhood. You're learning something new, exploring an unknown path. You're seeing it again, thinking in new ways of a place, perhaps a place you love, or simply a place in your imagination that you yearn for existing. You're in Midjourney. Started that imagine prompt with the words, photograph of an amazing city. Wow, look at those. These are really amazing. Version 5 of Midjourney is taking us places with a visual fidelity that we did not get in earlier versions. Notice that the default size of Midjourney images are a square of 1024 pixels by 1024 pixels. That's a 1:1 aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is the ratio of the width to the height of an image. Photographs are usually not square. Usually photographs are landscape or portrait. You can set the aspect ratio in Midjourney by adding the parameter --AR at the end of your prompt. If I want landscape, I will use 16:9 since I'm creating most of my images for YouTube videos. For portraits, you might use 2:3 or 4:7. The Midjourney documentation has a page on aspect ratios. For the images in this video, I'll be using an aspect ratio of 16:9 and the style of. As we see, Midjourney version 5 gives us a very photorealistic images out of the gate. But what if you want a different style? A simple trick with photography in Midjourney is to modify your prompt by adding photograph by, insert name of a famous photographer, or photograph in the style of, insert the name of a famous photographer. One of the most famous photographers was Henri Cartier-Bresson. Immediately, our image is transported to a different time and place. Paris of the mid-20th century. I love this image. The man looking away from camera, the perspective of the sloping street, a misty haze in the background. The other images are slightly problematic if you look closely at the people facing the camera. There's a lack of realism, though those images do work if you view the scenes from a distance. You could try another photographer, Josef Sudek. And you can say photographed by Josef Sudek instead of in the style. I accidentally typed photography by instead of photographed by, but I don't think it will make any difference. As we see the image emerging, we're already seeing the distinctive style of Sudek. These are absolutely amazing images. You could not ask for more evocative images. By the way, if you like this style of photography, you might want to learn more about what's called the pictorialism movement of photography. Wikipedia has a good page on pictorialism. Imagining a place. We have seen these magical city streets. Imagine a place for your photographs. Set the scene. Is it New York or Paris or Miami Beach? Or the place could be imaginary. Try a combination of places, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, and see what emerges. And what would happen if we say in the prompt, photographed by an amazing photographer without specifying a name? This basically brings us back to where we started. Amazing photographs, but never really special. And despite naming several European cities, Midjourney emphasized the Parisian style buildings. I do love these streets. They also remind me of when I lived in Buenos Aires. But that's not what we're looking for when we talk about street photography. Putting yourself in that place. Street photographers do not carry around a bunch of cameras. They usually carry one unobtrusive camera. Limitations are good. I have other videos on my channel about cameras and film type for your AI photography. But none of that directly translates to AI photography. The Leica M3 is always a good classic film camera with a distinctive style if you want to specify a specific kind of camera. What are you photographing? Buildings? People? With AI photography, remember, you do not need to ask anyone's permission. The photo walk. Imagine yourself walking the street of that magical place. What type of scene to imagine? Move beyond the repetitive images that we've all seen before, like those buildings. Those are beautiful buildings, but what more makes a city a place? And move beyond the commonplace street photographs of commuters going to work, people riding bikes. Imagine unique interactions among people. Consider point of view and perspective. Imagine the scene that other people are not seeing. And hey, it's AI. Imagine the scene that cannot be seen. Let's ask ChatGPT for help. I structured the prompt so that ChatGPT would know I wanted an imaginative and creative scene. For an exhibition of created street photography, imagine and vividly describe in vibrant words a street scene that other people are not seeing. You can read that wonderful description. We do not want to put that entire description into a Midjourney prompt. I could ask ChatGPT to reduce this text to adjectives and nouns, but I'd like manually going through these descriptions myself. I'm not seeking to optimize my time and effort. This is a creative process. I want to read this and absorb the scene in my mind, and then pull out words that might make valuable prompts for Midjourney. One of the reasons I take this approach is because each sentence and every paragraph provided by ChatGPT might inspire a different scene. In looking at these 4 paragraphs, here are the starting points for some possible scenes. A bustling street. What else is happening on that bustling street? A small alleyway tucked between 2 towering buildings. Use Midjourney to imagine how that looks. Inside the alleyway, near the entrance, what do you find? Deeper into the alleyway, a group of people. What are they doing? How do they look? Remember in the prompt that I used for ChatGPT that I used the phrase for an exhibition of created street photography. You can think about your AI art as if a selection of your images will be displayed as an exhibition in an art gallery or museum, or even as images in a book. An art exhibition is structured. An art exhibition takes you on a journey. As you create images in Midjourney, think about what journey you're taking and what journey do you want to take people on. What is the journey of discovering this alleyway on a bustling street that's tucked between 2 towering buildings? What's the journey through the alleyway? What do you find at the destination at the end of the alley? With a tool like ChatGPT, you can modify the prompt and take yourself or your audience on a completely different journey through this hidden alleyway. Here, I rephrase my original prompt. Imagine you're writing a novel about a photographer exploring a magical city. Vividly describe in vibrant words a scene that cannot be seen, a scene that is completely imaginary and unrealistic, but is believable in a novel written in the style of magical realism. A key skill in using ChatGPT is asking for elaboration. Be specific about the types of details that you want. I asked ChatGPT to provide more detailed descriptions of the people in this scene. I asked ChatGPT to describe in detail the type of light that is illuminating this scene. Another question you can ask ChatGPT: recommend amazing compositions, perspective, and points of view for capturing this scene. Day or night. It's impossible to see in complete darkness. During the day, make use of shadows cast by light. At night, remember the street lights and the interior lights from buildings reaching out onto the sidewalks. And there is the moonlight. My favorite city in the world is Buenos Aires, where I lived for 8 years and took hundreds of photographs. What's your favorite place in the world? Enjoy creating images.